The opioid crisis, I think we're way underreacting to it. And I think a lot of it's because people are unfulfilled.
I think you're saying the reason why people are using opiates is because they're trying to dull the pain,
I think
whether it
that's
be
one of the reasons.
physical,
No, I
emotional.
think that's one of the reasons. I think
Yeah,
some people do it to party. I think some people do it because they got them. They got them from a doctor when they were post-surgical and they
right.
needed them, and then they just kind of it got a hold on them. I mean, there's a lot of different
Well,
reasons.
after we got lunch last week, and after we got lunch, we talked about, hey, let's talk about what's going on in the opioid epidemic in America. And what I did is I then went by, which I've never done this before. I felt like I was going undercover on one of the shows. Is I went by, and I have it in my wallet. I went by a urgent care, and I was like, all right, well, let me see. Is it that hard to get pain pills?
Yeah, because we were talking about it's too easy to get these things, how
Right.
easy it is to get them, and it's too easy to get them. So you ran an experiment.
I ran an experiment, and I went to a random urgent care. Never had been there. I walked in. I was kind of nervous because I said, I'm going. I don't like lying. It's uncomfortable. But I was like, I want to see what this is like, and so I sat down with a doctor, and I said I have really bad back pain, and I have sciatica, and I'm just, I can hardly walk. I'm not the best actor, but I tried just to see, is it that easy to get them? And she asked me a few other questions, and then before you know it, she wrote me a script for Norcos.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No x-ray,
No.
no MRI.
Mm-mm.
Did she do an examination?
No, she just asked me where the pain was, and I just said I'm in a lot of pain. It's really uncomfortable, and
So you walk in off the street and chat a doctor up, and she gives you an opioid prescription
last week, yeah,
for how many?
20 Norcos.
20 Norcos. And what was the strength? How many? What are these? I
don't
can't
know.
read the handwriting.
But the point, that was the only one I went in. I think I went on Friday, so it was just a few days ago.
Right.
I don't want to throw this clinic under the
No,
bus.
we're not going to identify the clinic, but the
Yeah.
point is, these are 5 325s. So 5 milligrams, 325. This is full strength
Right.
that she gave you here. No examination, no objective findings,
No.
just gave it to you.
Gave it to me. I said
Yeah.
that I had a lot of
Yeah.
back issues, and I had an MRI in the past. And a lot of this was true, by the way, that I've had back pain and an MRI. But she even said, come back and get a refill. She gave me medication for the constipation that happens when you take opiates so that I could still go to the bathroom. Actually, I'm not going to throw away my 17 years sober, so I'll rip this thing up.
Yeah, please.
All of a sudden I show up. But, it just goes to show how easy it is. And then if I were to go to the pharmacy with this prescription, my insurance, I would have maybe a copay, and then I would have, Norcos. And it's that easy. And so you say, okay, well, there's plenty of people in real pain who need pain pills. There's a lot of people that have tried everything, and this is really the answer. The problem with opiates is it's not just, emotionally addictive. It's incredibly physically addictive and very difficult to get off of. Painful, without the right detox protocols. So I just thought I'd run this little experiment to see just how easy it is to score.
Yeah, and there's a whole cottage industry of litigation about this right now, because these all started, I guess, in the 90s with the Sackler family that came up with the patent on these opioids. I think it was OxyContin at the time, and it was approved by the FDA in '96. And this was for moderate to severe pain, and it was basically, I think, designed for cancer patients. But all the materials said, this is not dangerous, it's not particularly addictive, and right now there are a bundle of 1,600 opioid cases that are being overseen by a federal court judge in Cleveland, and this family has been pulled into them. And there are a lot of pharmaceutical companies have been pulled into this because they're saying that they're misrepresented the risk, misrepresented the addictive nature of all of this, and so they're starting to hold accountable these pharmaceutical companies that have been pushing these, and they're looking at how they've incentivized doctors to prescribe these things and taking them on trips and giving them big rewards and stuff. The more they write, the more they get. And it's just been unbelievable. And some of this has gotten to the level of criminal prosecution, that it's been so bad. And so as a result, we've got a country now that is just really suffering from an epidemic. You know what the 5 most addictive substances are in the world?
Tell me.
Number 1 is heroin. Number 2 is cocaine. Number 3 is nicotine. Number 4 are barbiturates, downers.
5 caffeine? I'm just guessing.
Number 5 is alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah. Those are the 5 most addictive substances in the world.
Wow.
And they're in quick supply. And we're seeing a completely different breed of addict now because so many people are getting addicted to the opioids, which is a lot of it prescription, but they're so expensive that they switch to street heroin, which is much cheaper. But who knows what they're getting? It's not regulated. You don't know what you're getting on the street. It's just completely out there.